Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The Ride Show is a go. Welcome to the Ride Show. We have come out into a field in the northwest of North America to test drive some of the best SUVs that are available. We're going to put them through on-road trials, through off-road trials, and talk to the manufacturers about why their vehicles are competing in this group. Let's see which are the best CUVs and SUVs available in North America. Well, Mercedes-Benz invented the diesel engine, and their diesel vehicles are their pride. Efficiency, luxury, that comes in this GL with Blue Tech, and now Blue Efficiency, which neutralizes those exhausts to make it clean burning.
We brought the 2011 GL 350 Blue Tech Clean Diesel to Mudfest because we think it's a perfect automobile for the Northwest. It's eco-friendly, seats 7 people. It is very efficient, it is the latest in technology, and it uses AdBlue, and I think it'll do really well. Diesel, as you know, can go hand in hand with Mercedes-Benz as well. We love diesel. Diesel's huge in Europe. It gets 20 to 40% better fuel economy off the top. This is a 6-cylinder, so it has the power of an 8 with the fuel economy of a lot of 4s. So the Blue Tech uses an AdBlue solution, and the AdBlue solution is actually a urea-based solution, and it's part of the exhaust system. So at the very end of all the exhaust treatments that it goes through to clean up the nitrous oxide, it spritzes with an ammonia solution, and it neutralizes nitrous oxide. Very, very clean, very, very quiet, and very, very fast. So it's a turbo. Once we did the direct injection engine, most people don't even know that it's a diesel. They know it when they don't stop at the gas station. You can go 600 miles. Well, we certainly are known for our luxury, and we think it's very capable off-road. It does have downhill assist. It has hill start assist, so if you're stopped on a hill, it won't roll backwards. It'll hold you on that position, and then when you accelerate, without spinning wheels, it'll easily move you up. Downhill is fantastic. It's one of those one button touch things, and it'll walk you right down very safely. It has 3 extra inches of ground clearance. So with the 4-wheel aromatic suspension, you're able to go up an extra 3 inches. Say you're going, to your country home and it's extra muddy and there was a pothole there that wasn't there last year, or you're going, to the horse ranch. It's capable of towing 7,500 pounds, so you can tow, the fun equipment, the fun things, load everyone in, and because it's Blue Tech with AdBlue, it is very, very clean. With Mercedes-Benz, you do expect luxury, and we don't compromise on that with the GL 350. It has, you're able to get rear seat entertainment, you're able to have, dual air. You can have lane departure assist, certainly, if you're driving and it's got the blind spots and you don't know if anybody's there or not. You've got a full car, it'll help you out with that.
Well, for Mudfest, Mazda have brought the CX9 for us to test on and off-road. The Zoom company rolls out a 7-seater vehicle, which is capable both on and off-road. We're going to check out how it performs in both those scenarios.
The CX9 behind me is a Grand Touring all-wheel drive model. It is a 3-row 7-passenger vehicle. Both the second and third rows fold flat, so you can haul 7 people or you can haul lots of cargo. The Mazda CX9 has an active all-wheel drive system, and what that does is allows from 0 to up to 50% the torque to go to the rear wheels. And it has a computer module that determines where the torque needs to go, where the power needs to go. So if you have a slippage on a right front wheel, it'll distribute power to the back or rear tires and give you that stability. So while it's not meant for climbing rocks or doing extreme, it's a very good all-wheel drive system, and it will do good on light off-roading. CX9 features standard Bluetooth hands-free phone system, so you're able to operate the controls or your cell phone all by voice or audio controls. Another way that CX9 stands out, much like all the other Mazdas, is in its braking, suspension, and its steering. All 3 of those areas are tuned to deliver a real driver-oriented performance, so you can really feel the road. It's not loose, it's not overly tight, it's a really good system in that area. So folks who like driving a sports car, but they have kids to haul around, it's a really good car for them, because it truly is a good driver's crossover utility vehicle.
Well, that's a great vehicle, and this is also a great vehicle. It has heritage for many years, and it has a large number sold around the world, which has got to prove that the Toyota 4Runner is in a lot of garages, which means it's a favorite of a lot of people. Let's find out from Michael Dolbrin how it's going to compete at this year's Mudfest.
We have a 2010 SR5 4Runner, and This is a pretty much standard of the Toyota sport utility vehicle lineup. I think Toyota's 4Runner will rely upon its heritage. It is the last of the body-on-frame sport utility vehicles. 4Runner has a 25-year heritage. This is the 5th edition, and over those 25 years, Toyota has sold more than 1.5 million Toyota 4Runners around the world. So how are we going to compete against such marvelous vehicles here? We have a vehicle that we know is tried, it's true, it has very, very nice on-road manners, and it also has a pure, strong off-roading tradition that we hope to put up against the best here today. This car is also equipped with downhill assist control, which allows the car to literally creep at less than 3 miles an hour down an incline exceeding 30 degrees. A very, very important feature when doing crawl off-roading. It also has hill assist, so that if you're going up a hill, the car will pull itself up in a very, very slow crawl creep that will get you through some real rugged off-road conditions. Full amenities. It's a very, very smooth on-road vehicle.
Well, that was the Toyota 4Runner. When we return on the Ride Show, we'll have more vehicles competing at this year's Mudfest. That and more. Welcome back to the Ride Show and our Mudfest special, where we're taking a look at some off-road vehicles available in North America. Up next, the new Cadillac SRX. Cadillac, an aspirational brand in America. Let's find out if this SRX matches up to the competition.
The SRX is one of the most capable vehicles in the segment. It's new for 2010. Prior to this particular design that we have here with us, we did have a previous generation SRX that was really more of a station wagon version, if you will, of the CTS sedan, which is very popular, had great ride and handling. But you know, the feedback that we got from the segment was that people were looking for something that was more sport utility, crossover-like, that still had all of the luxury amenities, if you will, that they expected in that particular segment. In addition, this vehicle, the new SRX, also is more in line, if you will, with the art and science design philosophy, with the sharp edges, the edgy design that you've seen in most of the other Cadillacs that we have in the portfolio. There's a couple more that still need to get done, but certainly this Cadillac SRX, if you look at the new CTS-V Coupe as an example, if you look at the CTS sedans, if you look at the wagons, I mean, this is certainly in line with the direction that Cadillac has been going for a number of years now. The all-wheel drive system is very capable of non-extreme off-road. So if you're somebody that's going to a vineyard, on a ranch, on a campground, it's certainly a very, very capable vehicle that will do all the things that 99% of the people that are driving vehicles in this particular segment would be looking for, and obviously weather conditions as well. You know, if you're driving, say, here in the Northwest, where the ability that you're going to have snow, you're going to have rain, you're going to have sleet, all of the conditions on the road. So again, having all-wheel drive capability is not just about being off-road, it's about being safe on the road as well, and the Cadillac SRX gives you that. Again, Cadillac is one of those aspirational brands, if you will. We have some other vehicles that are in our lineup, and other vehicles that are in the segment that are vehicles that are very capable of what they're targeted to do. But certainly when you look at Cadillac from a brand perspective, it's more than just a car that can get you from A to B. It's the car that, as I said previously, it can do everything that you want it to do by having the all-wheel drive capability. But when you look at the vehicle, you're comfortable taking that to the 5-star resort and giving the keys to the valet, and the valet's going to park that car in the front knowing that it's a Cadillac.
From one GM vehicle, the Cadillac SRX, to another GM vehicle at this year's Mudfest, this is a Buick Enclave. Starts in the mid-30s, goes to the mid-40s, and it wins because it seats 8 people.
Yeah, this is the Buick Enclave. It's a relatively large crossover utility. It's available with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And what it is for us is that this is the vehicle that has really changed and represented, if you will, the new Buick. It was the first vehicle in the current Buick lineup that has this new design sense to it, if you will. You've got this waterfall grille, you've got these big imposing lights. You've got a vehicle here that when people think of Buick, they don't think of a vehicle like this, and it has really changed what people define Buick, and that has carried through to the new Buick LaCrosse as the halo of the brand. This is the vehicle that has changed people's view of Buick, but it's been in the market for a little while now, but it is still the luxury SUV. It has 3 rows of seats. It has all of the luxury content that people are looking for in vehicles in this particular segment. You can seat 8 people. You get 24 miles per gallon with 3.6 liter direct injection engine, DVD player, Bluetooth. The one thing that stands out on this vehicle as well as all of our other vehicles, especially when you're looking at vehicles with the all-wheel drive capability that you're perhaps going to take off-road in conditions like we're in here today, is that you also have the safety and security that's provided by the OnStar system. I won't go through all the details of OnStar, but certainly if you find yourself in a situation where either you're lost or you need some assistance, it's always comforting to know that you can just hit that OnStar button and OnStar is there to help you.
That was the Buick Enclave and Mudfest. We're taking a look at some of the best off-road vehicles for sale in North America. There'll be plenty more when we return on The Ride Show. Welcome back to The Ride Show and our Mudfest special, test driving some of the SUV and CUV vehicles in North America. The MDX is the flagship for Acura, and MDX is a capable on-road and off-road vehicle. We're going to see how it panned out as we drove it round the track at Mudfest.
Acura wanted to bring the MDX to Mudfest because we feel that it combines great attributes of luxury for the on-road, and then also it has great off-road capability as well. Well, on-road, the Acura MDX is equipped with a 3.7 liter V6 engine, 6-speed automatic transmission. It also has paddle shifters that you can control in both a drive and sport mode. It's great on-road performance, 300 horsepower. Off-road, it has hill start assist as well as our super handling all-wheel drive, which works great for on-road as well, distributing torque vector to both the front and rear axles first, and then from the left to the right sides of the vehicle as well. So Acura's acclaimed super handling all-wheel drive system is great for both performance and weather, wet and dry weather. We recently did an automotive event in Minnesota where we do our severe cold weather testing, and the MDX performed great there. It does well on slippery, icy roads. It does well going on the off-road snow track as well. And basically it just keeps you in a situation where if you need to stop and there's icy roads, it's going to keep you there, and with the hill start assist system, and then be able to catch the traction so that you can move forward in a safe situation. Also, if you need to brake, vehicle stability assist will help you continue to go in the direction that you need or that you are intending to go once you begin to accelerate again or make your turn. I think that the Acura MDX will do well at Mudfest. We feel that it's a great competitor, and when you take into consideration the on-road and the off-road scoring, it's got great luxury appointments. It handles well off-road, it handles well on-road as well, and the Acura super handling all-wheel drive system is great, and many in the industry think it's the best. The Acura MDX has a lot of advanced technology within the vehicle. It has Acura's acclaimed navigation system, which incorporate real-time weather, real-time traffic, and rerouting. This vehicle is equipped with the rear entertainment system, great for kids that are riding on long road trips.
Great vehicle, but now we're going to take a look at a Subaru. This is the 3.6R Outback. This vehicle, very capable off-road. Subaru, of course, well known for their all-wheel drive system, being able to drive in snow and bad weather conditions. But how are they going to fare on the off-road track here at the Ride Show Mudfest?
Subaru is known for its all-wheel drive and its off-road ability. So you can take this car from on-road driving to tackling any kind of off-road against any of these vehicles here. We listened to the customers and what they wanted out of their Outback. So for 2010, the car was all new. We increased the wheelbase by 4 inches. The overall vehicle length really didn't change by much. We actually shortened the overhangs. So the car didn't grow. It got a little bit taller, increased interior space by about 7%. So we really listened to the consumer and what they wanted out of their car, and they wanted more legroom in the rear seats and cargo space, and so we were able to accommodate that. It has 8.7 inches of ground clearance standard, so it's, again, able to do all the off-roading you want to do, all the off-pavement. It can get you there and can get you back. Well, we've upgraded to the Harman Kardon sound system, which people really, really wanted in their vehicles. They spend a lot of time on road trips and things like that, so having an increased sound system is a really nice option for people to get. Also the navigation and Bluetooth. We also, for 2011, new on this car is the reverse camera that pops up into the rearview mirror. So that's a really, really nice option to have goes along with the Subaru safety. We're going a little bit more into, again, what the consumer wants, and they maybe wanted something a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit more mainstream, and that's what we've done with the design here. Subaru's had an amazing couple of years with many different awards. We were the first manufacturer to win Motor Trend SUV of the Year 2 years in a row. We won it with Forester in 2009 and then with Outback in 2010. So that was a huge accomplishment for us, and it really pays off in the engineering of the cars.
Well, that's the Outback from Subaru, the 3.6R for 2011, when the Ride Show returns more great cars at Mudfest. Welcome back to the Ride Show and our Mudfest special, taking a look at some of the best SUVs and CUVs in North America. Now, the Land Rover Range Rover Sport is defined by 2 bars at the front grille, whereas the regular Range Rover has 3. And there's a lot of other differences. We talked to Tim at Land Rover to find out why he thinks this is going to be a great contender for Mudfest.
This is the Range Rover Supercharged Sport. Here we define the segment off-road with the capability, and fortunately for us we define that segment on-road with its luxury, and now with the Supercharged Sport power as well. The Range Rover Sport is king of the road really because we define the segment on-road with capability, luxury, features, and panache, and off-road. Everybody knows our story off-road, we're the best. The Range Rover is king off-road because of our features that we build in with technology, terrain response, air suspension that allows us to lift the vehicle up, traction control that distributes the power where it needs to go, and one of the key features, center differential, that gives us a true 50-50 torque bias front to rear. When we take customers in at one of our driving schools, the driving schools that we have around the country, we put together a mix of terrain that shows the steep downhills with features that hill descent control will control the vehicle. We have the best fording depth in the industry for crossing streams, whether that be on-road, where you've got a flooding situation, the vehicle can handle that. We teach our students how to drive over rocks, through mud, how to use the different terrain response features to maximize that, what its off-camber capabilities are. So if you get in a situation where the vehicle is tipped over 40 degrees sideways, how the vehicle can handle that because of our low center of gravity. So it's a lot of our training is how the off-road world equates into safety on-road. Engine modifications on this, the big changes there that give us so much capability, improved efficiency and power is direct injection. It's a new 5-liter engine, 510 horsepower supercharged, variable valve timing and variable valve lift throughout the platform with Land Rover and Range Rover. A lot of our interior features are pulled out of the yacht market, actually, with the luxury features that you would expect to find in a premium yacht in the marine industry. As we continue to define the segment, we look at the things that beautify and simplify the interior of the vehicle. For the new Land Rovers, we have integrated a lot of new technologies, iPod interface, direct interface, a USB direct interface with the stereo system, so you can just pull off a file of folders, your music folders, and put them in the vehicle. We have integrated nav system with voice recognition and touch screen, and made the interior features of the vehicle more user-friendly. In fact, reduced the number of buttons in this particular vehicle by about 50% from the previous model year.
Well, that's a look at one of the vehicles at the Ride Show's Mudfest this year. Well, we're going to end our show with this. This is the most iconic piece of off-roading machinery here today. This is the vehicle that started it all. It's the Jeep Wrangler, and we're going to see how it does on the road and off the road at Mudfest.
The Mudfest, we've got the icon of the Jeep brand for 2011, the Jeep Wrangler. We made sure we maintained all of the Jeep DNA that makes this a pure Jeep on the outside. Made some subtle changes to the windows in the back. The new Sahara gets a body-colored hard top, which really changes the look of it outside. But where the big changes are on this new Jeep Wrangler are on the inside. It's got a complete new interior. It's quieter, it's softer, it's got power windows. You name it, this Wrangler has got all the amenities now. The Wrangler is the icon of our Jeep brand, and it is really the most capable Jeep we've got. This Rubicon here is the benchmark for four-wheel drive capability in the whole industry. This Rubicon, with its monster wheels and tires, its locking front and rear differential, its automatic disconnecting sway bars, this thing will go through whatever a customer can throw at it, and they always do it and have fun. On the dash of this 2011 Jeep Wrangler is a tribute to 1941. Just a little bit of trivia to harken back to the history that the Jeep has got. It's really what separates us from all of the other manufacturers as the vehicle that really started the SUV trend here in America, and it's got lots of history behind it. So it's going to pull on a little bit of the heartstrings, but most importantly, it's pure capability that pulls this thing through Mudfest here in 2011. From the four-wheel drive capability standpoint, it's absolutely unstoppable. There's not anything here that this vehicle, you can throw at this that it won't just accomplish. But the best thing is, it's a smile. You know, you take the Freedom top off it, and you can see it here today. People are just rushing to get to this Jeep because it's just the fun and the experience that a Wrangler brings to it that makes everybody drawn to it, because it's just so much fun to live with. We've got a new dash, we've got a great new steering wheel with integrated audio controls and standard speed control. You know, really nice touch points. Now we've got lots of added places to store all of your keys and your bottles. There's lots of storage in this 2011 Wrangler as well. Even has power mirrors that are heated for the first time for Wrangler.
That was only the first part of our look at Mudfest. In the next show, we'll take a look at the other half of the vehicles that were entered. Including in those entries are the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, new for the ground up for 2010. Acura entered the ZDX as Volvo entered the XC60. And we'll also take a look at Land Rover's LR4. Of course, you can see this show and all the other segments which we've recorded at our website, therideshowtv.com. We have a YouTube account where you can see this and many other vehicle reviews. Check us out on Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter. Until next week, we have to say bon voyage, baby.